Hi, I'm Specs from That Philosophy. When we think of retro side-scrollers, most of us think of Super Mario Brothers. But a lot of us don't know about the rival sisters the brothers faced. Today I'm going to talk about the history of the Giana Sisters, their rise to fame, the controversy, and their place in DAT gaming history. The year is 1985 and Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo Entertainment System launches, paving the way for Nintendo's mascot and the start of gaming's biggest franchise. At this point, seeing the popularity of Super Mario Bros., the Giana Sisters was born. In 1987, a company by the name of Time Warp Productions launched the Great Giana Sisters, a side-scrolling platformer with quite a recognisable look. Though the cover was not making you think it was a copycat, a long-legged girl jumping in the air avoiding spaceships and eye monsters. But once you started to look past the sex appeal, the castle and the mushrooms start to make sense. The first release of the game was on the Commodore 64 and later on the Amiga, the Atari ST, Amstrad CPC, and the MSX2. You play as Giana, who is within a nightmare searching for her sister Maria, collecting diamonds and squashing bad guys, and a transformation or, shall we say, mushroom ability, which gives her the power to crush rocks and shoot fire. The similarities don't stop there. Not just the look and the gameplay, but the set order of levels too. Each stage has an overworld and an underground stage, much like Super Mario Brothers. I mean, it's awesome to think Mario Sisters, right? But what Time Warp was about to face was the start of Nintendo's long history of protecting their IPs. Now, nothing is concrete in the history of the Giana Sisters, but here is what we know. The most talked about is Nintendo opened a lawsuit against Time Warp and their publisher due to copyright, though there is no actual proof of this existing, as Nintendo and many others denied such a lawsuit. But when asked about why Giana Sisters was removed from shelves, Nintendo later admitted to influencing the stop of the sales directly. Which makes Nintendo sound like a mob out to break legs and take names. For a time, the Giana Sisters were recognised in the gaming world as being similar to Mario Bros. People were misled. When Nintendo gave them a warning to cease, all copies were removed. But in doing so, the Giana Sisters became one of the most sought after games for anyone's retro collection. Again, for its release time and for copying the formula, the scores for the game cleaned up, becoming a highly rated game, which prompted Time Warp to try again with a sequel. Though being too risky, ended up dropping the cute and cuddly sisters for aliens and space, renaming the second game in the series to Hard and Heavy. But putting these next to each other, it's still quite obvious to tell it's just Giana in alien's clothing disguised as a Mario clone. You would think this is the last we hear of the sisters, but they just keep going. Giana Sisters DS launched in 2009, with this new developer Spellbound Interactive and some old faces from the first installment. With an overhaul in graphics and updated cute sprites and gameplay, you would think with the bad blood towards Nintendo, this wouldn't fly. But it did, and did quite amazing here in Australia. Spellbound went into bankruptcy, so key members formed Black Forest Games to launch the next phase in the life of Giana. And later in 2012, a Kickstarter was formed to reboot and reshine the franchise. Giana Sisters, Twisted Dreams was born. The goal was to at long last move away from being known as the copycat game series. Now with Giana transforming from her cute self into a punk version, as well as the environments being transformed, making the world around you change the way you see levels, from a dark grove to a light-hearted hill. Giana Sisters' Twisted Dreams earned its praise and stepped away from its patent to become its own. And so there you have it. That's the history of the Giana sisters, the copycats of the Mario brothers. Just goes to show, bit of girl power, award-winning formula, can spark some attention. Got a topic you'd like me to cover? Leave it in the comments below. I'm Specs, that's my philosophy. Their rise to fame, the controversy, and their place in that history. Fuck! What is the fucking thing? Dat gaming history. We don't ever do this in the morning, ever.
No. Remember that one other time we did it in the morning? Yeah.
That one time?
That one time.
Why the fuck would you write place for me?
I have no fucking clue. I don't know. It's a good start. It's so good.
Motherfucker.
I know.
Fucking place for me there. Side scrolling. Side scrolling.
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
Today's been really hectic.
Fucking has. I just think of the Mario Super Brothers. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, can't say this.
The Brother Mario Super Friends.
Yeah. So number one on my gaming list. Deal with.
Sorry.
I'm so tired. Hi.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Like.
Oh, hello. I feel like I should be in a room for that one.
Yeah.
You're gonna ruin my makeup, bro.
Sorry, I'm sorry. You're like blaming me. Like, bro, stop, please.
Fuck.
You do it in 2 seconds flat. Have something to do that.
Yeah, no, that's the problem. That's the problem. I would do that. I'd be like,
Coffee edition.
Rollers. We think of Mario Super.
But you know what it's like. We always trip on the first one, and then we zoom through the rest.
Was about to face was a long history. No.